They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shock them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? DNA of King James, kin of St. Michael. Polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a stop in Frisk, New York. At 20, I said I better quit by 30 than my 30. I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard and live. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody there. The definition of my name probably started where I rode the E-train, fingers covered in ink stains. Writing was like an escape inside it, leave the beat flame. It was Rod, Kane, Coogee, and Chris. Few names like Cool James, Face, Cube, and Rick. That was musically sick, successful and unnatural. I throw these songs in a cyanide capsule. The truth is poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and lace. Inhale fumes from a stove up to shows booked up. I chose to take the world over, look up. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Greetings from just across the New York-New Jersey border in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants on Sunday Night Primetime. All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
Ballin', money stacked all the shack now. Still push a button and let them pull the back down. I'm on the road doing shows, doing back down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chacktown. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys listen.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
With the man out of Purdue, that's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on that while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing. Dart. He has Hyatt complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a game of 3.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Here's 3rd and 7. Out of shotgun. It's Dart. This one taken in by Hyatt. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Good for a New York.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So, a pair of 1st downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here is Dart. Flush to his right. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the aggressiveness early in the game, right out of the gate. Make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield. And what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
To the air again goes Dart. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Throwing again, Dart. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for and taken successfully.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. a gain of 11 on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Firing right side. Brought in by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds. Just shy of midfield. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
Find his receiver, Johnny Wilson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. 33 yards. First down throw, Mahomes. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Right back to the air from Mahomes. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. Unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw again. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. This is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. Forced out left, and he'll take this one in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Dart going to keep this on his own read, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. On the give, it's Tracy. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last two plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
Third and long, and Dart is going to throw. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Here's Jamie Gillen on now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. On first down, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
Try again. It's second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
They'll send Worthy in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. He's got his man complete to Wilson. And he will score. Johnny Wilson. Touchdown, KC. His first touchdown of the new campaign. The kicking team up for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out on top. 14-0.
Giants nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. beyond the 40-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
On third down, they'll run with Tracy. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down to the backfield on 3rd and short.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up 4th down.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Mahomes on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. That's caught left side by Bellinger. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the give, Scatterberg. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
The teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. That is Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Here's Smith to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. This is intercepted. Still going. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
We'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
He'll try the right side with Scatterboot. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, as been the case this entire 1st half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. I might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here's the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Bearcats called and made right there at the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll find his receiver. That's Jalen Royals. Down the right sideline. And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Royals. Touchdown, Kansas City. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown.
Makes the score. Chiefs 48, Giants 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That is incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
They go play action now. Wilson. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Giants.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
There's the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
To throw again is Wilson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
Third down, here's Wilson. That's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Mahomes now on second down. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal. Now, Mahomes. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. Throwing is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Third and goal, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
To kick off
the rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Third quarter begins with a run. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Taken down back
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
They'll send Worthy in motion. On second down, Mahomes. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Drive the right side this time, and he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 6. To throw is Mahomes. The second down throw is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here comes third and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Firing right side. Brought in by Brown. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. Big play for KC. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A float behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Facials shooting. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now Wilson on second down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. And Tyrone Tracy was the intended receiver there. And third down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Russ. This one down the field, but wind up incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Giants sending out their punter, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that 1st down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
3rd and inches. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10.
Yellow. 180. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic, don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here, the defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with the pick.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Yellow.
They'll send Worthy in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's into the end zone. Johnny Wilson. Touchdown, KC. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead.
Giants 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the plyometric. Ran up by the Lux and that's up the highest metric. The city just made a sweep with the diabetic.
Touch 50, touch 50. Got it, got it.
They'll run with Tracy. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 1. Here's Scatterboo. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play, backed by the quarterback. Let's see. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Got it, got it, got it. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Moving to his right. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Moving outside the pocket. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Trent McDuffie. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. 2nd and 10.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down.
Here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here now, 3rd and 5.
15, yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. There's that man again, another catch. And he's got another one. Johnny Wilson. Touchdown, Chiefs. 3 touchdowns for the game, his first 3 of the year. Extra point attempt still to come. The kick is good. And the Chiefs stretch things out even further.
Giants 7.
go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
That's good for a New York Giant. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
95, 95.
Now Wilson on first down. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
So, Mike, you find yourself in some of these inclement weather games, whether it's rain or snow. Really, the challenge falls on the defensive side. They're usually more in a reactionary position where they got to change directions and they got to react to the plays and the movement of the offense. So what you want to do in these bad games is keep the ball underneath, tackle well in space, and say, okay, offense, snap that slippery ball one more time, throw it one more time. Just make them go the long way. Don't get them off the hook by giving them a one-play score. This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about it.
That's the fourth time tonight he's been intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over here just shy of the 30.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
First down throw, Mahomes. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Mahomes now on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The rookie out of Penn State, Abdul Carter, having success early in his career, his second sack in these first few weeks of the season. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Play action. Now Wilson. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. In trouble, and down he goes.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Play action here. Mahomes, he'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Johnny Wilson. Touchdown, Chiefs. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd, and of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. So take away the 6 points, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. Throwing is Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Crazy. And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Now Mahomes. This one caught at the 4. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. play coming up. 3rd and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Never a doubt on that sideline. The offense stays out. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Touch 50, touch 50.
And now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's caught, and it's Cam Scalaboo. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy.
Now, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. I mean, whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from New...
Yeah, huh?